Man, really excited about the work we had to do today. Introduce some situational ball, some necessary things, short yardage and goal line, heavy competition day, the physical element of play. It's good to see the spirit in which they brought to the work. We'll comb through the tape, man, and look at the things that we can hang our hat on, the things that we need to improve. And like I told the group this morning, short yardage and goal line is not something that we get a lot of. And so it's important that first we eliminate some problems in that area before it shows, that we started with a good floor today. And the next time, man, we better make some quick corrections. It's different than other situations. You know, you guys see us get a lot of 2 minutes. You see us get a lot of possession down work, if you will. Not a lot of opportunities to work short yardage and goal line in this process. And so it really made today's work weighty work. And particularly the next time, we'll be looking for the necessary improvements, because largely we probably get 2 shots throughout this process in that area. And so excited about the work. Minor bumps and bruises along the way, nothing significant to speak of. We're starting to get participation from some that haven't. Zach Banner, for instance, participated some today, and that's just a natural part of this process. You will see others continuing to work toward competition as well. Questions?
Mike, you last year you had to play 16 games. This year you can play at least 21. Have you had to change anything with what you do? Is that a big deal?
It's not something that I'm overly concerned about at this juncture. We're just trying to get the train out of the station. We got so many things to be prepared for before we take this team into a stadium in Canton. And so that's our issue. I acknowledge that those global issues are thoughts that may become part of conversations down the road. But as we are right now, we got a limited amount of time to get this team stadium ready. And so that's our focus.
Would you see out of Banner today in his first day back?
I didn't put direct eyes on him, to be honest with you. I don't have enough to make a comment.
How do you view Watt as a pass catcher? You really didn't use him much last year, but he obviously did some of that in San Diego.
And I think we're discovering that through this process. As you can see, we intend potentially to use that position more than we have in the past, or at least the recent past. And the plays that he makes, the skill set that he shows will kind of, dictate some of that discussion.
You mentioned Zach. Can you talk about his progression, what you've seen overall with the O-line, with this short yardage and goal line?
I thought they answered the bell today. I thought we won the line of scrimmage when we had to. I didn't see a lot of guys in the backfield in terms of some of the negativity. Most of the time in those scenarios, you win the line of scrimmage and you get a varsity runner to the line of scrimmage clean. He does the rest. And so largely I thought they did what it is they needed to do. And Zach, of course, is a part of that.
Mike, was there some kind of penalty on that balance TD, or was it a TD?
Which one?
The goal line, 29's run. I think Marcel threw yellow gloves in the air.
I have no idea, to be honest with you, man. There's a lot of people out there seeking comfort.
Rick, you went, I believe, 4 or 5 with pads on. Is that predetermined, or you just go on a feel?
Predetermined. Thoughtful, I promise you.
You said that you're not training MMA fighters when guys get into apples, but are you seeing an edge that you like out of your offensive line?
I'm not commenting in any regard regarding, the extracurricular things that go on. I just don't think it's appropriate for someone in my position to condone that in any way, whether it's indirect or not. We're focused on the official ball that's transpiring out here, so I'll never comment on some of those things. I acknowledge that it potentially can happen because we got emotional guys vying and competing on a daily basis, but that's not something we want to highlight, particularly for the young people that watch us do what it is that we do.
Did not see Benny Snow today. What's his status?
He's being looked at. Maybe I'll have an update for you when I determine the severity or the lack of severity of it. Right now, we're exploring his status.
Well, I'm not talking about like the fight, but just because there were a lot of bigs on bigs, individual kind of things today. What did you make of it? How'd you like the intensity of that?
Love it. Love it. Love the matchups within the game, particularly the bigs. And, man, on a day like today, where we were featuring short yardage and goal line, I expected those guys to rise to the occasion and show the type of spirit associated with that type of play today.
Mike, do you want more of the same from Fitzpatrick, or are you exploring more ways to get more out of him?
We're exploring more ways to get work out of everyone. No question. But what we do with him oftentimes has nothing to do with what he's capable of. It's what others are capable of. I mean, I'll put him in 11 different places on a football field.
Mike, if there was a Killebrew over Edmonds today, was Edmonds a little banged up? Or?
Man, we've been watching Edmonds the whole time. Where you been?
If there's a guy who's one of a few guys who's still hesitant to get vaccinated, is that a conversation you keep open to encourage that, or do you just kind of chalk it up to personal choice and move on?
We have such good global participation that I'm not wasting my time talking about that. I leave that between the person that we have in charge of that space, John Norwig, and the individuals that it applies to. Our train is rolling, and I appreciate the efforts of the guys where it doesn't become a global discussion, that we're singularly focused on football.
How do you like
Guys,
the
two
way
more.
Deontay Johnson came into camp, and how's he done so far?
I thought he came ready for the work. I think he's doing a good job thus far, but we got a lot ahead of us, not only him, all of us.
One more.
Not to beat the horse on the Killebrew thing, but you guys looking for a strong backup there between them and Norwood? Is that why?
We're looking for a strong backup everywhere, buddy.
Is that why Norwood or Killebrew had so many reps today?
34 had off-season surgery, and so we've been protecting him through physical contact since day one we've been out here.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.